Hey guys, it's your boy. I'm back at it again with another Shear Revival, and that is the classic, well-known Crystal Lake. And this is the most current iteration. Now, what makes this unique, really, is that this, at least to me, and this is my opinion, was one of the first unorthodox water bases on the market that really kind of perfected the art and broke the mold. And there's been a couple of iterations. The first one was really slick. The second one was kind of dry. I feel like this one is like the newest iteration is the like the happy medium between them both. So let's get right into it. As I was saying in my last Shear Revival review, this has come to be expected. The rebranding, like the reimagining of like all of his stuff is really nice. The tent and everything, there's some sparkles on there. It's just a really good presentation wise on the jar. And it's got the Made by the Mindful on the side and the ingredients. Now, if you don't know, Crystal Lake is based on Friday the 13th. And fun little fact, Jason Voorhees, or as the Jason Voorhees as we know him, the one with the hockey mask, didn't come into effect into the third Friday the 13th. It was actually Jason Voorhees' mom killing everybody in the first one, and then Jason in the second one, but he had like a sack over his head. And they say he never runs, but like you see him run sometimes in those movies. Anyways, ingredients on this are aloe vera juice, beeswax, castor oil, mango seed butter, grapeseed oil, meadow foam seed oil, emulsifying wax, Caranuba wax, I always say that wrong, hydrogenated castor oil, citrus, blood orange oil, fragrance, and then lavender oil, vitamin E oil, and then the glycerol, which I'm sure I pronounced wrong as well. Now, getting into this, the reason why I feel like this is the happy medium between them both is that Zach told me, and it is of my opinion, that he kind of changed the way that he does the aloe vera in there, and I feel like it makes, at least this iteration, a little bit slicker and less dry, and I've noticed that it just works a little bit better in my hair. The scent on this, the scent is kind of like a mix between like baby powder and aloe vera. Like it's kind of like a sweetish, not Swedish. Oh, there's a plane going overhead. A sweet scent, but it's not overbearingly sweet. I would say that this does border on more of the neutral scent, and it is less masculine. Anyways, this does border on the more neutral scent, and it is a little bit less masculine than some of his other scents, but it's definitely not feminine. Scoopability, you have to put some pressure in, like you do. And it comes out and it's creamy, but you can tell that there's some weight. Like I've always said. Breakdown though, look at this. Look at this. Breaks down real easy. Which when you feel it, you wouldn't be expecting that. Like, I mean, when you kind of get that resistance from scooping it out, you wouldn't be expecting that. But it actually breaks down and applies to the hair very easily. There is resistance, but I haven't noticed tugging and pulling. So that is really nice for a slicker application with no tugging and pulling. Slicking it back, there will be resistance. You might get a few set of some hairs out. I didn't notice it, really, but it depends on your hair. But this definitely is, there's some tension to it, is all I'm saying. So, expect a little bit of tension, but I wouldn't say tugging and pulling. Like I said, for me, this is more of a slicker iteration, and that's my opinion personally, having tried all three. Well, I mean, I guess this is quote unquote the second iteration still, but like I said, the change in the aloe vera, I think, made it a tad slicker, a little bit easier to apply and break down. But I mean, that's clearly just like my opinion, man. Using the pick to style, you get some good volume, and you'll notice like immediately one thing about this product is that it already starts to quote unquote set. And by set, I mean that it starts to, like, once you start styling it and combing it, it starts to like stay in place like immediately. This is one of those products that, because it has like decent hold to it and the way that it feels in my hair, I like to use the wide side when I'm doing the sides. Normally I'll do the thin side just to get them in tight, but this one has decent enough hold and endurance that I can get kind of those big comb lines, and I don't know if you can tell, but and it'll hold pretty good. So like I said, you get a medium hold, medium to higher side of a medium hold, and a medium endurance on this. You might have to restyle if you're using it at work or if it's really hot. So what's my overall opinion on Shear Revival's Crystal Lake? I like it a lot. I think it's a really good pomade. I think that it is, I would consider it one of the, I guess, grandfathers of unorthodox water base. The first iteration of this was the first really big like change in my pomade realm. You know, I kind of was using like Suavecito and like gel type, and then I saw this, and honestly, the thing that attracted me to it, so good job, Zach, is that I really like horror movies. And so he had, you know, Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street, which is my favorite horror villain, Freddy Krueger, and then, you know, Crystal Lake, and I was like, oh, I've never seen anything like this before. So it got him, and I haven't looked back since. So these hold a special place in my heart. But this Crystal Lake, his most recent Crystal Lake that's out right now, I think it's solid. I think it's Crystal Lake to its perfection, personally. I think it's a really good product. I think that it's versatile, and I think that it works well. There's some of his products, and I say this, and I probably, you know, it might be received with like a mixed review, if you will, from people. Some of Zach's products, I think, might get overhyped. This one deserves the hype, personally. I think that this one is really, really good. So what I'd give it, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. This is an excellent pomade. If you guys haven't tried it, like I said in my other review, if you're kind of on the wall, or maybe you have like some different, like, you know, the first version of Crystal Lake, and you're like, I don't want to try a new one. Like, I heard it was drier or whatever. You can always get samples on his website. He has the little small tins, and I would suggest you giving this a try. It's a great winter It's a great... Here I go again. It's a great winter pomade and a great all-around summer pomade too. This is one of my favorite go-tos, and I like the scent. I like everything about it. So let me know if you've tried it, and hope you have a good one.